All right, dudes, what's up? All right, so I brought up split times. If you guys want to note those, that way you can go back, kind of take a look, see where you're losing time. I ran 32 laps. Um, each of these dots signifies a escape back to the pit. So I started each new session with fresh tires and full fuel, whatever full fuel is launching from the calm session that's coming up. So fastest lap towards the end. I feel like the wind on the back straight is a little bit variable. I noticed some laps I was losing a bunch of time where I had the same run out of turn one and up the S's. So don't get discouraged because that will happen, especially here climbing that. It's a hill, so any headwind is going to hurt. Um, 3 mile an hour northwest. I don't know what direction that is in orientation to the track, but and I don't know if that was the beginning of the session or this lap I'm on now. Not sure. Anyway, so 24-1. I started 2 turns before start finish. That way you can see the run I had up to the line. So here, getting the tires on or over the white line. What I'm doing here is I'm grabbing my downshift and I'm letting the car coast from somewhere around here until the car takes a set and I'm aimed at the apex, and then I want to be flat before the apex. So I was a little bit offline here, maybe a little bit slow on entry. It's okay to run over this grass. It's faster than having the car positioned mid-track for sure. And nothing crazy happens. You can go back wide open because the car is loaded on the right. So here, I want to start pointing the car and braking. I mean, you can wait and brake at this grass here, and you'll see people do that, but you'll overslow for the corner. Um, so this turn in turn one, I kind of point the car with while I brake, and then I kind of finish my turn afterwards. So see what it looks like. Oops. So I'm starting to turn the car with the brake, which is sliding it a tiny bit. Then I'm catching the car and then finishing my turn. I'm doing the same thing in turn one, too. So break point is right before the 200 or right at the 200. It's before this line, though, for me. Again, you can brake later, but it's hard to be consistent. I'm sure Sherburne will break down here somewhere up the inside. So same thing, using all the track out here. Turning the car in under braking. Catching it a bit. And then finishing the turn. And again, if you look at the brakes over here, I'm already off the brake. I'm coasting to the apex. Just waiting for that time. Wait until the car takes a set where I can go wide open. You always want to be touching this curbing every time. It might sound faster sometimes if you come out wide here, but you scrub too much speed. I mean, if you're going out there, stay in it, obviously, but it is faster not to go all the way over this curbing. And then up through here, if you've got tire sounds turned up, high on the mixer in the options, try to avoid any tire noise whatsoever. Running the car to absolute red line helps a little bit right here because you're a little bit uphill. So I put this in Americans down here so you guys can see what speed that is for reference. So like 115. Whoops. As soon as you see 115 here, grab fifth. Maybe 114 to be safe. So here, this is where I'm going to find you guys some time. This crest, at the beginning of my laps, I wasn't doing this, and I figured out that it is faster. Do not lift off the throttle until you've gone over this crest and the car settles a tiny bit. You can brake a little bit harder, so it's a little bit more consistent than a light, even brake on entry, for me at least. But I stay flat over this crest, and you can catch people off here. And if you're on the inside line, I practice this too, you can just fucking send it flat out over the crest. People on your left are going to be braking. By the time you even get close to the apex, they're going to be at least a car length behind you. And the car's not pushing all the way out here by itself, but I'm letting the car go there to scrub as little speed as possible. In other cars with aero, staying mid-track with the light brake and then back to throttle easy is faster. I cannot. I am fastest when I just go right down to the curbing here. And even if you touch the curbing in a couple places, it kind of pulls the car in. So again, using all this little extra track they gave you, getting my braking done earlier, coasting until I can get wide open. The curbing almost looks like it sticks out here when you're coming down to it, this little corner. Look for that. It's a good reference. It's like almost like a little flat section here. You want to be flat by the time you get to the beginning of this. Didn't slide the car quite as much here. That's okay. Was my fastest lap. All right, now I'll just let it play through. All right, that's it. Well, I'll get some practice in this week, driving in groups here too. The draft is going to probably shave a second a lap off if you get the right draft partner.